Hey guys, Ryan Nagy, how are you doing out there? If you're on my private email list or you follow me on Facebook, you may have heard that I'm closing down my Easy Feldenkrais membership site to new members in just a couple of days until at least next year. I don't know when next year. Um, Bottom line for me is I've been recording sessions since middle of February 2017. And the whole purpose of Easy Feldenkrais was to have plenty of time to record sessions. But I need to take a break. I'm taking my two dogs and my girlfriend. We're taking a nice, slow car trip up to Querétaro, up to kind of southern Mexico. Southern Mexico is where I am. We're going up in Yucatan. We're going up to the middle parts of Mexico. I still am going to be around for the members of my Easy Feldenkrais site. I'm still going to be releasing new sessions, getting on our private Facebook group. What I'm offering you today is one last chance to join and get full access to my online archive for a year. Well, there are well over 127 sessions. And when you join, there is an email sequence. When you'll get an email every 5, 6, 7 days with another Feldenkrais session that you can do. You just click the button to play, or you click the button to download. You get to keep all of my sessions in your personal Feldenkrais library. You can use them as often as you want. As a bonus, I will be recording new sessions as the year goes on, and you'll be getting access to those. So many of those will be on our private Facebook group, and they'll also be on the Easy Feldenkrais membership website. If you want to know how all that works, just scroll down the bottom of this page. You'll see a little 5 or 6 minute video where you can see how the process works. I absolutely love experimenting with and using Feldenkrais. I've been doing it since the mid-1980s. I've been doing it since I was a drug addict and a drug dealer, I'm sorry to say, in Texas. And I started experimenting with Feldenkrais with the Awareness Through Movement book. So, not even having access to a cassette recorder or anything. I would just, read it and lie down and do the movements. And for me, it was a bit like disconnecting from the Matrix. When the movie The Matrix came out, I was like, that's it. That's what happened. That's what I did. It's finding out for me, and I hope for you, that the world that you're living in, the body that you're living in, your life configuration, it's just one of many that you can have potentially. Now, I was trying to do the impossible with Easy Feldenkrais, and quite frankly, I think I've done it. What I was trying to do was create a lot of short, easy sessions 35 minutes or less, for people just starting out or people coming back to the work who need something gentle to get rid of chronic pain, whether it's back pain, TMJ pain, shoulder pain, all kinds of little, pains and itches and things that we get, and there's a lot of those sessions on there. Again, there's an entire series of sessions, and then I also wanted to, and this is incredibly important for me, I've wanted to share some of the rare sessions, some of the sessions that you have a hard time getting a hold of. These are what are called the Alexander Yanai sessions. These are sessions that Moshe recorded in his studio. I've got a cat that's trying to get off my table here. Hopefully he's not, good, he didn't knock anything down. I actually did Feldenkrais for, 8 or 9, 10 years before I even knew that there was this whole treasure trove of Alexander Yanai sessions. And I've spent quite a bit of time exploring them, and there are dozens on the site. And there's Alexander Yanai in lying, Alexander Yanai lying on the side and sitting, standing. Very often we come to something like Feldenkrais because we have something specific we want to get rid of: back pain, shoulder pain, whatever it may be. And yet, if you can keep experimenting with these longer, weirder sessions, amazing things can happen. You're doing a session, and maybe you don't like it, or you're moving your neck, and then suddenly something lets go on your back. For me, one of the very first sessions that I did, and it's Alexandria 9 number 1, called tilting the head. You're on your side in this weird position, and you're doing this with your spine. And this was in Utah in early 2002 or 2003. And after doing this session, I kind of went back, and for a brief few minutes, it was like I wasn't in the same body. Like there had been this big tension in my spine that I'd had my entire life, and it let go, and it was just like this freedom that I'd never experienced before. And I want as many people as possible to have that experience. And it's, I think going to live classes is great. It's wonderful to be around people and do Feldenkrais and have a chance to talk about it. It's wonderful to go to different trainings. But for me, it's incredibly important for you to have a chance to do it in the comfort of your own home, your own office, and have some deep changes that you create, right? You do a session and you create a change. There's no teacher. I mean, yeah, I guess I am the teacher because I'm on the audio, but it's something that you do for yourself, and so that you can become the agent. You can see your power as an individual, your power to stay independent, your power to stay pain-free, or as is sometimes the case, sometimes we can't get rid of all of our pain, but we get our life back. I'm not going to talk too much about my own story in this video, but as I was saying, I've done drugs, I've used drugs, I had a lot of internal and early childhood trauma, and I even now these days I will get moments of anxiety, and I've learned how to just sit with that non-judgmentally. Just like in a Feldenkrais session, if you do something and you can't get it right away, you realize it doesn't matter. You learn how to be gentle with yourself. And out of that, new universes can open up to you bit by bit. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. You should be seeing this on ryannagy.com. I may put it on YouTube, also on Facebook. There really is just a couple days left if you want to join and have access for a full 12 months, my entire online archive, plus everything I release next year. And even though I'm going to be on a very reduced schedule, we'll be doing at least one live video coaching call per month. I will be getting on the Facebook group. And by the way, making a decision to do Feldenkrais for a year gives you a lot of flexibility, because you'll get a session at some point, say 3 months from now or 6 months from now, and you'll be like, you know what, I just need a break, I'm tired. But because you're a member for a full year, you'll get an email the next week, you'll get a reminder to do Feldenkrais, or if you're on Facebook, a notice will come up on Facebook of somebody recommending a session to you, someone that has done a Feldenkrais session, and they'll say, oh my God, I just did this session, my back pain went away, or I feel this cool thing in my shoulder, and you'll think, oh, okay, it's a 30-minute session, I'll click it and do it. And so you're not at you don't have to worry about driving to a class or being limited by somebody else's schedule. It's there for you, 24 hours a day, 365 days for the next 12 months. And if I do reopen at some point, which I'm fairly certain I'm going to do, but you never quite know with a guy like me. If I do, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, if I do reopen it next year, it's going to be at a higher price. But those of you who get it this year, you'll be locked into that rate for as long as you want to keep it. So, all right. Thanks for listening to me here. I hope to see you on the other side. Leave a question below or comment, or share this video if you think you have other friends that would be interested in it. Today is Black Friday, although I'm in Mexico, so it doesn't feel like Black Friday. There's not people in the malls. And this will only be available for another 2 or 3 days or so. Okay, Ryan Nagy signing off here. Again, remember to leave a comment below if you have something that you want to ask me. Okay.